Hello and welcome to this week's episode of A Cup Full. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this podcast. This week's episode is going to be sweet and short. I'm just here to remind you to please be gentle with yourself, cut yourself some slack, lean into expressing and extending the same compassion, gentleness, and kindness that you would to other people, to yourself. In a small moment, like accidentally tipping over a glass of water or a glass of juice, just in that moment, like, you know how it can sometimes become something bigger than it should. Oh my goodness, I've messed up. I'm a loser. I'm making an example. It might be a bad example. But what I'm trying to get to here is that we often fail to show ourselves the compassion, the kindness, the cutting of slack that we need to. And that can really take a dig at your day sometimes, at, your focus. Things happen. Sometimes they are beyond our control. But something that is within our control is how we are going to react to it, especially how we react to it or how we are with ourselves about it. I know that there are so many moments that are guaranteed to be filled with an absence of kindness and gentleness, where a person or people will make you feel less than. A presentation might not go as planned and you might feel less than and continue to make yourself feel less than. You might not get the job you wanted, and that will definitely discourage you and make you feel like you are not worthy, or make you feel like you are lacking, and it could leave you feeling very tired or very overwhelmed or just very, very frustrated because you're in this situation and this thing has happened and you don't know how to get out of it, move past it. Anything can happen, really, and in anything happening, the person that needs to extend that compassion, that kindness, that grace to themselves is you. And I know that sometimes we are often so overwhelmed or so tired, or just it feels very hopeless that you aren't able to do that for yourself. Let your community do that for you. Lean on the people that you love and that love you back. Let them support you. Let them show you that kindness that you need to be shown. So what I'm getting at is that we really don't have much control over what happens in our daily lives. I mean, you can control what you're going to wear, how much lipstick you're going to put on, how much lip balm you're going to put on, how you're going to style your hair, the kind of perfume you're going to wear. You can control those things. But sometimes you're not going to be able to control what time you get to work, because there might be roadworks that you didn't know about. Sometimes you had high expectations for a presentation that you did and you thought it was amazing, but your superiors didn't, and that just goes how it goes. That would have went how it would have went. What you need to remind yourself of is that you can try again tomorrow. Having a bad day, you can try again tomorrow. And if the next day is a bad day, then you can try for the other day. And you can keep on trying. That's you putting your best foot forward. And that is 100% more than enough. What you need to remember to do always is just to go easy on yourself. We are working towards self-improvement. We're working towards nurturing ourselves, replenishing ourselves. And on the journey, you can't leave out things like being gentle with yourself and being kind with yourself. You're learning, you are growing, you are improving, you are trying to get better. And the efforts that you are making, they are building into something that will solidify into what you would like it to solidify into. So you let's just remember that you have to prioritize showing yourself that kind of grace. You have to allow yourself to do it every day in a moment where you definitely could 100% beat yourself up about something. Rather try a different approach. Today was not the best day. I'm not going to pick up my phone. I am not going to look at any emails. My laptop is staying closed. I'm spending time replenishing from the long day that I had. Those kinds of things. That is a form of showing yourself gentleness and kindness. Stopping to breathe is a way of showing yourself gentleness and kindness. Being able to say, I am not capable, I do not have the capacity to take on your problems right now. I am dealing with my own problems, is a form of being gentle and kind with yourself. The biggest reason why I started this podcast was because I wanted to not only share the normal things, the real things that we go through in moments of transforming and becoming better versions of ourselves, but I also just wanted grown-ups to have something that will remind them that you are not going to be able to be there for the people that you love, to fulfill your different roles, to exist fully if you are not pouring into your well-being. When you are empty, when you are dried out, when you are depleted, you can't move. There's not much you can do. You need to do the things that will keep adding to your cup in a good way, that will add to you in a good way. And I'm learning that showing yourself grace, showing yourself compassion, cutting yourself some slack, not always, wanting to be on the move, dwelling on things, fighting yourself over things that you don't have control of. Just breathing, that is a way of taking very, very good care of yourself. And really, that's what I wanted to remind everyone of in this episode, that in between all the demands, chasing after your dreams, the barely breathing in between, healing your inner child, dealing with overwhelming moments in life, through it all, you've got to give yourself a break. And you have to show yourself kindness. And you need to remember that you cannot do everything on your own. You don't have to. And not everything is going to be perfect. It doesn't have to be. It is not a weakness or a failure to be tired. It is not a weakness or a failure to be good to yourself. You are not here to be worn out, and you aren't here to be everything to everyone else but yourself. 100% not. So as much as we go through the motions, as much as we are aware that this journey is about growth and things will happen and it's just as important to remember that you have to be kind to yourself through it all. That this is something that you need to choose to do every single day for yourself. And I hope that it's something that you're going to choose to do every single day of this week moving forward. I hope that you carry with you that pouring into your cup is important, and showing yourself kindness and being gentle with yourself are one of the ways to do it. Pressurizing yourself in a moment, coming down on yourself, being hard on yourself when you need to be gentle with yourself can only cause harm more than it will any good. It could leave you burnt out, overwhelmed, or just overall feeling down in the dumps, this is definitely a good place to end today's episode. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen. Again, I hope you spend the rest of this week being kinder to yourself and treating yourself with a lot more gentleness and cutting yourself some slack. You are doing your best. Breathe when you need to breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. When I say breathe, I mean take a breather and just stop and go and be on your own, or go and be with the ones that you love. Just take time to be good to yourself in the midst of it all. You really are doing your best, and I look forward to catching everyone in next week's episode. Don't forget to keep doing all the things that have your cup filling up and staying full.